Hi, I'm Thomas Blug. I'm a professional guitar player and amp designer from Germany. I played many different gigs in my life. The smallest one was probably a birthday gig in a living room in front of 5 people, and my biggest gig was opening act of Michael Jackson in front of 100,000 people back in the days. As amp designer, I've done some nice tube pedals. Some of them are used by my heroes. I've done some transistor amps, some modeling, and also some boutique tube amps using 13 tubes in one amplifier. For my studio, I have a nice collection of some good old vintage stuff, some Marshalls, some Fenders, some Voxes. Today I play many different gigs with my band, mainly in town halls, some blues clubs, outdoor festivals. I do flying gigs, and I had a dream of an amplifier that is smaller than anything you've ever seen before. But it should still have the tonal quality of what I'm used to play. I wanted to have an amp that fits into your gig bag, that I can plug in anywhere in the world, that also can be used directly on the pedal board. So with this kind of setup, I have less cabling. I just have one pedal board and the amp, all the effects are there, and it's a power lead and a guitar lead, and I'm done. I can take a small cabinet or a big cabinet, and it depends on the size of the venue I play, and I'm done. And now this dream became real. It's called AMP1 by BluGuitar. 4-channel 100-watt tube amp power. This amp has 4 discrete channels. First there's a clean channel, then there is a vintage channel, which is basically like my beloved GTM 45. There's a classic channel, which is British rock channel, and there's a modern channel, which is more or less American high gain channel. Also we have a built-in boost and a built-in reverb. The rest of the layout is pretty simple. So here's the volume for the clean channel, volume and drive, and a gain and master for the overdrive channels. A 3-band tone control, which is different from what you know. I put everything in the middle, like to 5, and it sounds great. Reverb, easy layout. On the side, we see the so-called custom controls. So all of these channels have their individual character, tonal character. So I can have a clean tone, more jazzy or more modern. I have a control for the classic channel to give it a more drier sound, or 70s style Marshalls. And the modern channel is very versatile, from like high gain Gary Moore and up to very sizzling sounds, like even down to doom metal. So, and of course, each of the overdrive channels has its own volume control, so you can match the volume of each channel to the other channels. And there's the control for the boost. This boost is also adjustable. Let's hear some of the channels of AMP1. Let's start with the clean channel. So that's the clean channel using some reverb and the boost. Now I switch off the boost. With the boost. And of course the boost is adjustable. But this clean channel also works very nicely together with any pedals. Here's a classic good old tube screamer, and now I plug this in front of the AMP1. Off. Okay, as you can hear, it's some of the overdrive of the pedal, but it's also a nice way how this clean channel breaks up. Okay, let's go back to AMP1. This is the vintage channel. Classic, good old rock amp. Volume on 5 on the guitar, and it cleans up. Very, very dynamic. It also works nicely with the boost, so and still cleans up. Okay, let's go for the classic channel. First without the boost, and kind of we start where we ended with the vintage channel. This is a classic rock song. Also, this channel cleans up very nicely. Okay, now I'd like to turn the tone of the classic in the custom control. First, like the more round sound. Now I increase the tone. Now we have more bite. And that's a nice setting for humbucker guitars as well. Okay, give it some boost. So the modern channel has even more gain, and it's got a beefier sound. tons of gain, but reduce the gain without a boost. Now I would like to turn the custom control tone for this channel. I start at a round sound and then I increase the tone. Okay, let's go back. For the metal guys, we also have a noise gate. So I put this to the metal position and I will use some more aggressive tone from the custom control. And switch off the reverb. Okay, AMP1 has also an effects loop. There's a little switch on the side for serial or parallel mode, and there's a -10 dB plus 4 dB level switch on the bottom for the sensitivity of send and return for small pedals or studio gear. Here we have a recording out or headphones out. Simply unplug the speaker and use headphones or use a standard cable to make recording. We will do a little comparison of mic'd up speaker cabinet and recording out in a minute. Here is an 8 ohm and 16 ohm output for the speakers, and mind, there are really 100 watts. We have a built-in power soak which is controllable with the remote one pedal, which is an accessory. And here is an external foot switch jack. You can use any standard foot switch and have it switching clean overdrive and boost with a double foot switch. But there's also a very special preset mode. So any of these sound combinations, let's say I like my clean channel with boost and reverb, I can memorize on this button. And I have another setting that I like a lot, maybe the vintage channel without the boost and the reverb on the second button. And the third sound here, so my 3 favorite sounds can be programmed into the 3 internal buttons here, those foot switches. And so you have 3 sounds as presets, and still you can use an external foot switch on this jack to toggle to clean channel or the boost channel. So you have actually all the 4 channels, all the options. It's a very nice little setup. I use that a lot. On the other hand, we have a MIDI 1 adapter, which makes this socket a MIDI input. So this amp, all the switching functions can be controlled via MIDI. Or you simply hook it up to the remote one pedal with a standard guitar cable or speaker cable. Any mono jack to jack will do. And this will also power the remote one pedal board. Let's hear the recording out. At this point, we are using a greenback cabinet, which is mic'd up with a Shure microphone, close miking, and this is how it sounds. So this sounds pretty good. Now let's switch on the mixing. And this now is the recording out of AMP1. One more time. The mic'd up speaker. Okay, the speaker still sounds a little bit smoother, but for an analog direct recording out, you get a lot of quality with no sizzle and a lot of punch, a big tone that you can really use for recordings and especially for live use. Because it's hard to get such a great sound. I spent years to mic up this cabinet, to select this one speaker that sounds best and to have the right microphone position for this. Now I'd like to compare the AMP1 with one of my favorite Marshalls, an amp that I used on many records. And first we listen to AMP1. Okay, now we get to the good old Marshall. Sorry, this is the guitar cable and the speaker cable. Guitar, speaker. Okay, and one more time back to AMP1. AMP1, a new generation in tube amplification. Get more information on BluGuitar.com.